Because you have a winner taste. 88.5 FM is your only station.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens, ordinary citizens, ourselves. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because their side is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important. So I want to thank Otavin. I was listening to him, you and your conversation. There is time now that we should speak up, because tomorrow, regime will change. Whatever position you have today, if it is the truth, that truth will link on no matter which one of the government that comes to power. We shouldn't be relenting. There are people coming out with threats and say, oh, be careful, the government bad, this, that. Let them do their worst.
And now we have one of the organizers and an activist joining us on the line. This is Mr. Mo Ali, who comes to us from the capital, Monrovia in Liberia. A very good morning to you, and thank you for joining us on the program. Now, why have you organized this march against President Weah?
Morning. As to your first question, we have organized the march, not particularly against President Weah, but against the style of governance. There is exclusion of people who express their feelings, people who criticize government. There is corruption all over government. It is evidenced by the mismanagement of 25 million. He has refused to prosecute those involved. There's still the issue of 16 billion lingering. There is this issue of interfering with the judiciary. There is this issue of consistent interference with the functions of the legislature. There are lots of things. We have violations of our constitutions and laws. And so we are organizing this protest to tell Mr. Weah that these things are wrong, and also to tell the country how he intends to resuscitate the economy.
Now, the United Nations and ECOWAS have all called for dialogue between the ruling party and the opposition. Would you heed this call?
As to the United States calling for dialogue between the ruling party and the opposition, let me say this very clearly. The opposition and pressure groups have always been willing to dialogue. It is Mr. Weah and his government who are not interested in dialogue. We've made series of suggestions on how we can tackle the governing menace that we have, on how we can tackle corruption, on how we can resuscitate the economy. Consistently, Mr. Weah has refused to dialogue with anyone.
He insisted that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption whatsoever. When he was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties and that any form of corruption is depriving the people of development. And he insisted that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption. He was telling the people who had come to the celebration from the 4 counties.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens, ordinary citizens ourselves. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong, and no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on.
The police may burn up on the case. The police did not do well. Send the Eastern, send the North police are being on the ground. That money, if I were the police director and the fire outbreak, I will barricade the entire place. Even cold water seller inside, I will arrest them. And march everybody to the police station, police headquarters, and confront every single person, that including the police that are there, the private security that are there, the workers are there, and everybody. Then I launch such in the entire building. In every representative offices, I'll launch such. You're not there, you're there. I'll make sure representative be standing there, the speaker be standing there, will bust your door and enter. Make sure we run such.
Why will you do that from a security perspective?
Because I want to establish a critical investigation that Liberian people should get resolved. Because if the result will be positive that it is a short-circuit by current that brought the fire outbreak in the Capitol building, electricians will tell us.
The poor there, he found 1 bottle of salt star. After he bought 1 bottle of star, when he and the guy were discussing, the guy said, "You have rather insult my mother." Look at the one, the guy said, "But then the way you're talking about that, going, man, need to make a Sunday. I'm from Grand Bazaar County. Really, if that man, the police, that can be our the fight me, I can't okay. Anywhere they want to take it, and they take it. Because I have my feeling, to tell the way that man, somebody, I didn't want to kill him or be. Look at them talking in now. The car went across there, standing. True standing now, the man went to the car. Since I feed there, the car went part of the passo, the car went part of the passo. That the man running there from him, he started choking the car. Oh, the car for that, he put up behind the car. That's all. That would run there. You were running out before police people there, they come there, they arrest him. All they want, the policemen spray. At least when a policeman land them apple, at least when a policeman barrier inside the toilet là. What happened? What see woman living up.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
And we can't help but thank God Almighty for allowing us to see this day, to commemorate it with the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, having kept watch over us last night and set us into today. Not only to celebrate Christmas, but also to speak truth to power, to tell them their excesses, their wrongs, their excuses with no substance. It's another day again. The show Real Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews. We've got the issues to talk about. And as you follow from wherever you are, start playing the cards, the King's Three Wise Men jackpot before I can get to it. You already know. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. As quickly as we can with the acknowledgement, Peter Onede, you've come on from Capitol Hill. Good to have you on. Rose Quite, Alexander Babajwa, Alex William Senior, Chicken Soup Factory, Richard F. Cooper, and the rest. Time is not in our favor to call the names that are pouring like sea flowing, but at least, thank you. You're following from wherever you are. Start playing the King's Cash, give away the Three Wise Men jackpot. We are giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars on the show. So if you are with us, then you play wherever you are. 10,000 Liberian dollars for just 200 Liberian dollars. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50 US. Put in, and you'll have your 10,000 Liberian dollars on Christmas Day. So much for you. So much you can do with that money. And beyond Christmas, you will have money to get started. You know, it's always difficult because you spend so much before the day and on the day itself. So you need money to get started. Today is Wednesday. There is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So you will have exhausted or used almost everything you have. So we can replace that. All you have to do is dial star 799 star 100 hatch, and then you put in 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and then you have your 10,000. Let's play as many times as we can play. We've got the issues to talk about on today. We've got the issues to talk about. But let's start. This is how we get started. We start with this. This is the first talking point.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Today is the 25th, the birthday of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It is a universal celebration. Those who believe in God, believe in the birth of the Lord Jesus Christ, death, resurrection, and second coming. Those are the core values that make up or constitute our being Christians. And everybody who have this belief commemorate or celebrate these significant dates in Christendom. Nobody who isn't a Christian will celebrate it. Everybody celebrate their day. Every religion, they celebrate their day as per their calendar. We Christians, we celebrate the Savior of the world. And before Christmas and on Christmas Day, you hear people say Merry Christmas to other people. They will express the hope that they will have a happy time. That is the essence of that. When somebody says Merry Christmas, they are bringing out the person unto you who embodies everything: peace, love, joy, happiness, prosperity. So in essence, the person is telling another Christian, Merry Christmas, in essence, beyond this point, I wish you a good life, a good year ahead, and every other thing that will also translate into a new year. You have the same expression, Happy New Year. Happy New Year is the same as Merry Christmas. So people, Christians all over the world, they give this warm affection, compassion out to each other. Do it the more you can. Former President George Weah will send his Christmas felicitation to all Liberians. Fellow Liberians, he said in his message, I extend warm greetings to you and your family as we prepare to celebrate yet another joyous and blessed occasion, marking the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Each year, Christmas presents an opportunity for Christians in Liberia and around the world to merry-make with loved ones in our community while thanking God for his blessings in our lives. It is my hope that this Christmas brings you joy, brings you tidings of joy and happiness. Let's continue to evoke God's infinite mercy upon our nation and bridge the gaps that divide us as a people. Despite our individual challenges and those that beset our nation, we must all continue to pursue peace and unity. It is my hope, therefore, that the Christmas tradition of love, peace, and giving take root with each of us. We must reach out to our neighbors, just as our Lord wants us to, and convey your kindness and charity. Regardless of our differences, let's use this Christmas to love our neighbors as ourselves by extending the warmth of the season beyond the confines of our homes. This helps ensure the harmonious and peaceful society we desire for future generations. As we remember and commemorate the birth of Jesus, may this kindle within us a true spirit of gracious love, peace, and togetherness. Merry Christmas from this war icon.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
These historical dates are used for not only reflection, not only that people will just express that love, compassion, exchange pleasantries. No. But more importantly, the people whom they considered ordinary Liberians and other people who are not Liberians look up to national stakeholders. They believe in them, they trust their words, they lead, they follow their example. They are the patriarchs of the country. They look up to them. So when the country finds itself in a turbulent time where peace, love, reconciliation, unity, all of those are not seen, they ask themselves rhetorically, but what is happening? Why the leaders are not speaking? Why can't they say something? When you hear Liberians down the line asking questions like this, it's because they trust the leaders, they trust the political leaders, they trust the religious leaders, they trust everybody who are seen or they see as patriarchs of the nation. And no better time to put aside the hate, malice, grudge than what former President Weah had said. The statement, I think, not only is it welcoming, but the current president, who is showing no semblance of any one of these characteristics, though he is a Christian and he is a deacon in Effort Baptist Church, just so you know, he is not only a Christian by faith, but he is a deacon. And one of the characteristics of a deacon in the New Testament, they hold the mystery. They hold the mystery, which is the word of God. That means they preach. So a deacon knows the scripture, and the ultimate or the bedrock of the New Testament is love, peace, unity, togetherness. If the president, who is the head of the country, cannot show any one of these characteristics, the people turn to those who are not in such a position, but believe in them. And one such person is former President George Weah. Listen to the wordings in his Christmas message. Again, he is sending out a clarion call. He is begging, to say it that way, that in spite of all that we have, in spite of our differences, let this not hold us divided, but rather bring us together. And this is a message that is going directly, that's how I see it, to the man himself who is the leader. Listen again. He said, "It is my hope that this Christmas, let us continue to evoke God's infinite mercy upon our nation." Are we not going through turbulent times? All these things that are happening, they evolve from who? Ourselves, not God, not external people. So, to have these things of us, what the country needs to do to evoke God's blessing. This country, whether people like it or not, this country is a Christian country. Not Christian by paper, not Christian by constitution, not Christian by anything, but Christians by population domination. And no matter what, it will be like this until the world comes to an end. You know why? Because it is divine. That's how God said it. God's hand is over this country. God is hovering this country. God has his permissive and how to call the other one, sir? Yeah, there are two. He allows you to do what you think you can do according to your will. You choose not to bring him into it, no problem. But when you are encountering problem, when you call upon him, he will take his time to come in. He will not rush according to your desire. So the former president is saying, in the midst of all of these, where is it taking Liberia? Where are we going? Every day, the division is widening. There is a gulf between the people of this country. Certain people can speak to certain people. Certain lawmakers can speak to certain lawmakers. The president can speak to the former president. The current president can speak to former president Sally. Their relationship not too strong. It's divided. And a lot more we can talk about. All of these things have spiritual implications. Coupled with what is happening. You wake up in the morning, this place is burning. You wake up in the morning, that other one is on fire. Last night, I was listening to A.B. cataloging. Since President Weah came to power, those ominous saints that accompanied everything he attempted to do as his vision was characterized by something awful. What does that tell you? God is saying, look, this country is divided. And if you think that I will come there to do anything extraordinary, you have to put your acts together. You have to rid yourself of your bitterness, of your hate, and you have to put in love, peace. You have to speak to one another. Stop the hate. Come together. I am convinced that God is revealing his word through former President Weah. God is not respecter of person. He uses anybody, especially that person who has a desire for peace, to keep God's people together. And peace is the ultimate, is the bedrock of the New Testament peace. Everything God said is centered on peace. He said, without peace, Without peace, no man will see him. Then what did he say again? In Romans 12, Hebrews 11, he said, without peace, no one going to see God. Then he comes, he said, if it is in thy will, Romans 12, 18, if it is in thy will, be at peace with all men. Be at peace with all men. First, it starts with yourself. From you out, it extends to the next person. And what happens? You going to prosper. Your country going to prosper. Because when the country is at peace, there is every likelihood for prosperity. When the country is at peace, there is every likelihood for divine security. When the country is at peace, there is every likelihood for extraordinary, unprecedented development. When the country is at peace, when the people are at peace with themselves and their neighbors, the country, God hears the country when it prays. But when the country remains divided, when one person or a few group of people feel that they have the final say on everything, they don't take into consideration the other people's view, God will not hear. I can see why most of the pastors now are weak. Do you hear people calling for fast and prayer every now and then? Don't see it as being supportive of the regime. I think they too feel that God is not listening to them because they are not forging unity. Only this political leader in former President George Weah and other people are talking about the country, the peace of the country, the unity of the country, the stability of the country. The ministers whom God entrusts with that responsibility ultimately, they aren't talking. So on Christmas Day, again, this is not a news from the former president. This is his core value. This is his core character. He has always, the whole world has known him for that and respects and honors him for that. So this is not a, he only re-echoing because we find ourselves in a turbulent time. And there is no better way to do it than to reconcile ourselves. And who can get that started? The leader, who is a deacon. Because if we can, and we continue to be in this situation, no peace, no love, no reconciliation, nothing of all, we can reach out to each other. There is growing grudge by the day for and against each other. Then we're setting the basis for something awful to happen that we may not want. And listen, if we couldn't have put this any better, have a listen.
Brother, we are journalists. Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens, ordinary citizens ourselves. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay.
Definitely. And that is the situation we are faced with. That is the situation. Everybody can get out, but the country remains. Just as the people will say, pastor can die, but the church can die. The same way, people can die, people can die, but the country can die. You can do all that. You can exhibit high degree of whatever as per your power, the money you have, and then you are off the same. unreconciliatory. You die with hate in your heart. You die with no love, no reconciliation. What are you going to tell God? If ever was a time, I join my voice with the former president. If ever was a time that we start reconciliatory meetings, now is the time. Listen, it will make no sense. We say we're praying individually in our individual houses, in our individual churches, or as a nation when our hearts are filled with grudge, with hate, with bitterness. When our hearts are direct reference to what God said in Jeremiah 17, the heart of man is desperately wicked. Who can discern it except the Lord? No better time to do it now. And that's why the former president, George Weah, is re-echoing. He's appealing to the leaders, beginning with the president, who is the chief administrator, who is the lead reconciler, using Christmas. If President Barack Chule is a Christian and a deacon in Effort Baptist Church, at this time, celebrating the birthday of the Savior of the world, who epitomizes love, peace, unity, oneness, he would sit down and say, henceforth, I rid myself of every other thing, not representative of me as a Christian and president of this nation. I am forging reconciliation. I am firstly reaching out to all of my predecessors. And beyond it, we reach out to the others. If that happens, you will see how the atmosphere will shift in this country. God's eyes are not on of us, but he's looking. God will never ever move until we take the lead. That's how he works. If we think that we can remain divided, well, he accepts it. If we think that we should go for reconciliation, live in unity, oneness, love, peace, he comes to help. That's how he works. The former president couldn't have put it any better. Let me go over it again, then we'll move to the next. He said, fellow Liberians, I extend warm greetings to you and your family as we prepare to celebrate yet another joyous and blessed occasion, marking the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Each year, Christmas presents an opportunity for Christians in Liberia and around the world to merry-make with loved ones and our community, while thanking God for his blessings in our lives. It is my hope that Christmas brings you tidings of joy and happiness. Let's continue to evoke God's infinite mercy upon our nation. Let's continue to invoke God's infinite mercy upon our nation and bridge the gaps that divide us. Underline that phrase, and bridge the gaps that divide us as a people, acknowledging that the country is badly divided. Despite our individual challenges and those that beset our nation, we must all continue to pursue peace and unity. It is my hope, therefore, that the Christmas tradition of love, peace, and giving take root with each of us. We must reach out to our neighbors, just as our Lord wants us to, and convey your kindness and charity. Charity means love. Regardless of our differences. How many times? He mentioned it 3 times. 3 times in 3 paragraphs. Whenever you're reading any literature and you notice that the writer is using a phrase or a word repeatedly, it is not a mistake. It doesn't say that the writer has just come across that word or phrase and he or she is trying to popularize it. No, what that means is it is the emphasis of the writer. It is the same way when you're reading the Bible, you see God using a word repeatedly. That is the main idea. He used that phrase 3 times in 3 different paragraphs. Regardless of our differences, despite our individual challenges, let's use this Christmas to love our neighbors as ourselves by extending the warmth of the season beyond the confines of our homes. This helps ensure the harmonious and peaceful society we desire for future generations. He slipped onto what I was telling you from the onset. As patriarchs, the younger ones, the generations, future generations, looking up to the leaders. So if the leaders can reconcile, and they're hearing all of these things every day, they're going to live with it. It's going to have a serious impact. The cold bomb came on my skin yesterday, sitting in my lab and listening to Face the Issues AB. And he said that somebody told him about the way he goes about, certain expressions, and it touched him, and he realized that that was wrong because young generations, children, are all listening to the show. And just in that time, I think somebody called, and then the little girl or boy was in the background, so excited, hearing AB. So you see, everything you do, it have impact on a generation. The generations that are coming up, those children, adult, they have retentive memory. Automatically things resonate with them, and they just live with it. They're so smart. One of the ways you can know that, listen, go to church and listen quietly. Let the pastor say one or two things, and the pastor comes back and say that thing. Listen carefully. The sound that you will hear, the children, their voices will be louder than the bigger ones. I've given that serious attention many times. It is because they are attentive when the pastor is speaking. So when the pastor said what he said in a couple of minutes, when he resound it, you will hear them from the back. They will scream with it. And then the bigger ones, they're looking behind as if the children are in different world. Because they are retentive. It resonates with them in no time. That is why it's what the former president is saying, that we desire a future generation. This helps to ensure the harmonious and peaceful society we desire for future generations. What are the future generations? Are the ones that are coming up. Everything they're seeing from pastors, journalists, politicians, everybody, it resonates with them. It goes down with them. They use it. They use it in the home, at the campuses, everywhere. And they will make reference, say, but any people are talking on the radio, and our other man say he's speaker, and the other man say he's not speaker. Just like that, because they're hearing. So when we charter a new course, and no better time for a new course than now, the country will get better. He concluded, as we remember and commemorate the birth of Jesus, may this kindle within us the passionate plead. That's what he's referring. The passionate plead of love for country, patriotism, nationalism, setting aside the differences, despite the different challenges, ideology rather, and the challenges that beset the nation based on people's thinking and making. Let this time be a time that we can do a soul searching, that it will kindle the love, peace, joy, prosperity, oneness of a country. As we remember and commemorate the birth of Jesus, may this kindle within us a true spirit of gracious love, peace, and togetherness. We can have all of the prayers. You can shout, you can scream. We can have billions of prayers coming. But once these things are not within our nation, it's for nothing. Love, peace, and togetherness. These are the co-characters of God. That's the Christmas felicitation or greetings from former President George Weah. Yes, that's it. Such a unique piece.
His Excellency George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Let's play the King's Cat giveaway. We are giving out 10,000, the Three Wise Men jackpot, 10,000 Liberian dollars for just 200 Liberian dollars. Just dial star 799 star 100 hash. Put in 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and then you can take your 10,000 Liberian dollars. 10,000 Liberian dollars. 10,000, substantial amount, too much of a money that you want to lose. Don't settle for nothing. Settle for 10,000 Liberian dollars. It can do so much for you. Today is the 25th. Traditionally, in this country, after a big day, things can go dry. So you want to play and get 10,000. So after the Christmas, at least you have something to get the home going again. Because right after Christmas, everybody looking up to everybody now. It's not easy. So play as many times as you can play, and you will win. So to slip up from this, the former president George Weah will put into action what he said in his Christmas message: reaching out, leading example, sharing gifts, celebrating with the future generation. Today, he did just that. You want to see with hundreds of children, too many, substantial number, sharing gifts with them, lecturing with them. Do you know that this is one of the things that going to take people to heaven, and one of it that going to deny Jesus? These are Jesus or God's precious jewel. When you can take care of children, when you can make them to feel happy, God is pleased with you. God is pleased with your country. That's why he made it clear in his word. So he spent the entire day, former President Weah, with the children, sharing gifts with them, feeding them, giving everything, allowing them to lecture with him, and on and on. Hundreds of children. I don't know whether the current president can do it. No, I don't know. But it doesn't say that he can. He can because he has the money. So to slip us from this, the Speaker of the House of Representatives too, I should highlight his greetings. He too shared his Christmas greetings. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, it said, from the office of Honorable Councillor J. Fonanti Kofa, Speaker, 55th Legislature, Republic of Liberia. Merry Christmas, wishing all Liberians peace and prosperity. Shut. From the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Councillor J. Fonanti Kofa. Then the man who is claiming the speakership. When I tell you people that it's going to be difficult, you ain't believe it. Now Richard Kuhn is realizing that one, he is not the speaker. Two, there is a need for reconciliation. Three, that when this thing is over, it's going to be very difficult for them at the legislature. So what he is suggesting, they had a cleanup campaign and he took up time to speak to the media. And his emphasis was on reconciliation, that he extended olive branch to his colleagues on the other side. They should forget everything and come, let them work together. They should leave their fashion and join them. That is his understanding of olive branch. And on, he had a couple of things to say. Listening to him, I just felt that he was making fun of himself again. Every day he brings fun of himself. Reconciliation will be difficult. All of us want that place to be reconciled, but Barker has messed it up to the degree of 180. It will be difficult. The only person now who can reconcile that place, the only person, God first, the Speaker of the House of Representatives second. Take it from me. Today is the 25th. Barker cannot reconcile that place. Don't even talk about Kuhn. He infinite testimony to this whole thing. He's just a Mickey Mouse in a cup over there being pushed around. The only person, God first, the Speaker second. If that place is to be reconciled and those guys and settle their differences and move as the House of Representatives instead of segments, nobody better suited but the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Fonanti Kofa. So all that he said again is just meaningless. Just meaningless. I hope that we're playing. Let's play our sound check to see. Let's play so that we'll start giving you your money. The Three Wise Men jackpot. We are giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars today on the 25th at Christmas Day. Collect your mark. Just put in 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and you can have 10,000. And this is how you get it. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch, and then you will have 10,000 Liberian dollars. 10,000. Let's play as many times as you can and get a Christmas gift. At least we are giving our Christmas gift. So you want to have your say on this before we move to the next pointer. 0772 2399 33 0886 3044 97. That's the WhatsApp line, the women's line. 0777 9803 75. Just few input on these 2 pointers we've talked about, and then we move to something else. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 9803 75. Those of you who are on the television, you can leave your comment there. Just write your comment or question. I will read it out for you. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon.
This is David King, and I join you from my residence. I took key note on the former President
David King, you want to change your location? Your line is cracking.
Am I okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I note on the former president, Chris one message, voting, and that where he come in with fortitude. Because as a leader, when you see the country is heavily divided, there's a need that you, the leader, step up to the guardian and making sure that the country gets united. But what we see on this president, Mr. Weah, he has not been able to do so, but he following dividing the country through our legislature and making the country to go helter scatter. And he just said something about Richard Kuhn. Richard Kuhn continues to play the puppet role. He's puppeteering every day, and he knows very well he's not a speaker, but he wants to pretend to be one. It is not good for our country. All boiled down to Mr. Weah inability to lead our country as a leader. And what Mr. Weah did today, I think it serves as an example. They shouldn't be ashamed. Let them just follow his lead and do the needful. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
How are you doing? This is Edmond Carr, a visually impaired guy that kept walking to the fire to deliver.
Let's hear you, Mr. Carr.
Yeah, as you are saying, brother, at the end of the election, in fact, during the election time, there were a lot of bitterness. It even extended in the church. So, you talk about the prayer, you are right. When the Unity Party win the election, on that faithful Sunday, when people were dancing in the church, they were dancing with the sign, number one. It went to the point that some pastor had to take the microphone and say, no, I will not accept it in my church because you are Unity Party, you are CDC. For me, I don't have party. We have to work together, our brothers and sisters, and move our country forward. But if you do that, you and your brother who are sitting in the church, you will not agree in the spirit, you will not also agree in running the church. So that what happened. And the last time when President Weah wrote ECOWAS about the misrule of Weah and the commission visited Liberia, they told Weah, one party win the election as the president. After winning the election, what you need to do is to unite the people and move the country forward before development. But as long as you will not do so, it becomes difficult for development to come in the country. What are you supposed to do? Bring all of the political leaders together that participated in the election. But 1 year ago, Weah had not been able to call all of the political leaders together and say, let us talk. Once they reconcile, they will come down to all, especially our president. When they had that meeting, he passed a message on to all as it happened to him. All Excellency Grandma Ellen Johnson said at the time, we listen to you that this is our country, we should move forward. But you can't be vindictive. You can't be creating a harm every day. Then you think we'll listen to you and reconcile. No, you should initiate the process as the president of the country. So it's welcoming for what President Weah has said in a write-up, the message. That's the way forward, brother. With all reconciliation, we can move forward. So Weah need to try. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Carr. Have a nice day. It all starts with the leader. It all starts with the leader. These leaders who are not the president they can speak in their individual selves, they can initiate, but it is not unto them because they are not seated there. Weah is the president. He is under obligation to get it off the ground. Hello.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Mr. Aaron McGill, calling from Chickens Factory.
Let's hear you, Mr. McGill.
Well, my own input to this all important show, sir, is that the former president spoke what should be put in place. To me, in my own opinion. But what I would also like to say here is that there is a dependence upon the present leadership of the country to see reasons that indeed the person leadership of this country should see reason to finding a means by reconciling the people of this nation. It's very cardinal. The failure to do that and looking at the rule of law, failure to do that, the government cannot stand. This is what I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. Yeah?
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Enjoy your Christmas.
No problem. Thank you, sir. I'm playing something but I can't win, my man.
You've been playing the King's Cash giveaway, but you can't win.
Yeah.
Lower your radio. Lower your radio. It's a bit loud.
Yeah. I'll find a way for you now.
Yeah. So you've been playing according to you, but you can't win.
My man, I'm not playing, my man. A little my own time not yet. But one good inspiring message you give, you said quit, do not win, and winner does not quit. So that inspired me a lot.
Yeah, so keep on playing, yeah? Keep on playing. You will win. Keep on playing.
Yeah,
the fact that
I say it inspired me a lot, and I always
keep on playing.
That advantage to see how well to be playing.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep on playing. Keep on playing. You will win. You might even win a bigger one. Yeah. Yeah. Don't give up. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Let's play. Let's continue to play. It's 10,000. Oh, 10,000. Get your 10,000 at Christmas deal. After the Christmas, it can be how the country looking here. You know the country now. For some of all, we understand the Google. After every big day in the country, it can be dry. So, in order that it will not be dry again, we're giving you 10,000. 10,000. We're giving you 10,000. All you have to do is dial *799 *100 hash, play with 200 Liberian dollars, and then you get your 10,000 Liberian dollars. Let's call this person to confirm.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm Sam Andrews calling you from Kings FM 88.5. What is your name and where you are?
My name is Lamini Fofana. I interpreter.
Lamini
Fofana.
How you spell your Lamini?
Lamine Fofana.
Lamini Fofana.
Yeah.
Did you play the King's Cash giveaway? The 3 wise men jackpot? Did you play?
I played just now. I played 2 times.
You played 2 times?
Yeah.
Just now?
Yeah, just now.
How you play?
I dial *799 hash 100, and I put my code.
And your number, is this your mobile money number? Is it registered on mobile money?
Yes.
All right, Lamin, I'm going to call you back. Just keep the phone on, yeah? I will call you back to confirm. All right.
Yeah. Kings FM is always my radio. I always listening to you. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Just hold on. So before we go to the next pointer we've got to talk about, let's continue to play. And you might win 10,000. You might be a part of those who are about to receive their 10,000. So as many times as you can play, don't worry, you will win. Don't get discouraged. That's how life is. Life is not as you envision, you get into action, then it happens. No. So you will try the first, it wouldn't work. The second, it would not. The third, when you are at the verge or when you think that you should stop, that's when, bam, your door of prosperity open. It's in the Bible. There are too many events in the Bible like that. That's how it works. Even though not all, but we see many instances in the Bible. Why did God put it there? So that we'll be motivated. You can't give up. Senator Jonathan Bocha Sogbe, he told me, he said he contested 4 times. The first time he didn't win. The second time he didn't win. The third he didn't win. The fourth he didn't win. But he did not give up. It was the 5th time that he won. And that's how it don't play. When you play 2 times, don't say I played 2 times and win. I played 3 times and win. So I'm putting my money there again. No. Put your money there. As you play, bam, you could just get your 10K. So don't get discouraged, yeah? All right. Let's do that. So this is where we go. Our next pointer, time is of the essence. This is where we go. This is the next pointer.
Be insistent that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption whatsoever. When he was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties and that any form of corruption is depriving the people of development. And he insisted that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption. He was telling the people who had come to the celebration from the 4 counties that they need to develop the counties and that any resources that is for development must be for development. He insisted that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption whatsoever. When he was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the county. He was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties. He was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties. He was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties. He was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties. He was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties and that any form of corruption is depriving the people of development. He was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties and that any form of corruption is depriving the people. He was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties and that any form of corruption is depriving the people of development. He was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties. He was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties. He was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties and that any form of corruption is depriving the people of development. And he insisted that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption. He was telling the people who had come to the celebration from the 4 counties that they need to develop the counties and that any resources that is for development must be for development.
All right, that's our next pointer. Yeah, Liberia political contact. I mean, use a woman word. Liberia political advocacy are just interested. Oh, you know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing on purpose. You got it juicy. I'm laughing on purpose. Oh God, yeah. He said, do unto others as you have them do unto you. If you condemn, if you took advantage or you highlighted every piece of little stuff about your colleague, you must be very careful so they don't do what you're doing. Oh, I come in there. It happened at, was it at it was the party headquarters. It was at the party headquarters, at CDHC headquarters, and former President Weah was there. But let's bring on our first winner. Let's draw our first winner. Then we'll get to that.
Hello?
Yeah, Lamini?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that you?
Yeah, Lamini Fofana.
Okay. I mean, congratulations. You've won 10,000 Liberian dollars. Please check your account. Your money is there. I'll call back to confirm. Yeah?
Chief, I just received the message, the Eagle Alene.
Okay. All right. All right. So continue to play. At least it's okay. Your Christmas is okay.
Okay, sir.
And encourage others to play. Yeah?
Okay, Chief.
I mean, man, and talking in the background, man, I'm happy. Man, wait, thank you. Yeah. So let's play. Let's continue to play. It's 10,000. We're giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars. Just play 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. That's all you need to do. And dial *799 *100 hatch. If you can do it, your 10,000 Liberian dollars is sure. It's sure. Did you hear Lami? He said the Eagle Leonard. That means before I can call to confirm, he already got it. So it's fast. It's very quick. Those of you who are doubting, no. No one has ever come to say all the things that the people doing that lie, we can receive no money. We're in the age of technology now. Nobody going to you to hand money to you. So you can say, oh, the person came and like the person gave me lelo. No. You stay where you are. If you're in Bogonjire, all you have to do is to look at your phone, and then it's there. You move to the next person who is changing money. You tell him, man, please draw all the 10,000. The man will not say no money in your account. The man will only ask for your password. You put your password there, you get your 10,000 out because it's there. So let's play yet. Let's continue to do it as many times as you can play. You will win. All right. So let's move to the next pointer now. Kula Fofana, Buaka blunder. That's how she term it. Buaka's blunder. He was ill-advised. I don't think he was advised. I am not convinced that he was advised. I think he was overwhelmed by the atmosphere, and he felt that he needed to say or sounded as president. But he wasn't cautious of what he needed to say or how he needed to be careful what to say. I think that's what put him in this trouble. And that statement, no, you cannot put, even you take angels from heaven, it will be difficult for them to twist it because it's clear. Buaka sanctioned corruption. Why are his people going to clarify? Because they know that he blundered. When people are taking reactionary posture or they are reacting to things and clarifying, it means that there's some kind of truth in it, but then they need to change the people's mind based on how they understand it. That's what clarification is. Say, oh, the president, I say they want. This is what the president meant. Couple of years, I think it was in either the second or third year of former President George Weah. There was this heightened tension politically. It wasn't a fight, no, but the political tension was high, political exchanges, which has always characterized our democracy in a good way, unlike today, where Barker has turned everything into a wrestling ring, a boxing. But Ellen's time, Weah time, we witnessed and participated in good political exchanges. People will express their opinion. The president will come and say this one. The other person will disagree with the president. And just like that, it was unique. People get on radio. They say what they want to say. Anyway, the president too, or the ministers, they will come and give a counter. That's what democracy is all about. So I can readily recall the name of that event, but I think it was something like a rally. I think it was around something like a by-election or so. I will try to get it, but I remember the statement real good. So the former president went there, and when his time came to speak, he said, as soon as he took the mic, he said, I came to make fuss today. Hey, who said former president Weah should say that? Oh, this government now in opposition then, in a twinkling of an eye, it was all over. In less than 35 minutes, we heard people on the radio. George Weah has caused this. He going against this. He has said this against the URE and all kinds of stuff. So his people came out. They said the president spoke in context. The same thing Kula Fofana said. We are people, some of them came out to defend. So the president spoke in context. The president didn't mean that he was going against people or he was coming at people. He spoke in context. The scope political capital from that was not easy. That is why you heard me laughing. That's the same expression. The same thing. You see how God is honest? When former President Weah said, I came to make fuss today, F-U-S-S. And typically the word F-U-S-S is not necessarily a physical fight. It's an intellectual stuff where you exchange out there. When two people can be in on the radio and they're exchanging here and there and the people enjoying the conversation, you can say, oh, they are in an intellectual force. That means they disagree, but that disagreement degenerated into nothing but the exchange they are having, sending their idea across. And that's when people can enjoy it. You hear the people who are enjoying the conversation on the radio, you keep it up and all the kinds of things. They feel the same way when you go to intellectual gathering that you see the people physically, the same way. It is in that context also, we can say that Representative Francis Afoko, when he said you will burn session. Session is not a place. Session is atmospheric. So we can say that he spoke in context. So the press secretary is saying that the president spoke in context. But what is the context? Listen to the president, listen to the press secretary again. We have to be careful. Listen, I can never ever be an advisor to a given person and I know that you blunder, then I come to the public. I rather tell you, oh look, chief, we mess up. And we just have to make amends. And this is how we make amends, by apologizing. It will not take anything from us, leadership-wise, credibility, but let us not go in anything, quote-unquote, contextualization, because it is clear. I think if you have people telling leaders that this is it, there is a wrong, it is clear, it is too elementary that people will not understand, and you think you can come out to show that you're more clever, you show how dull you are. And no disrespect to Kula Fofana. I am saying, if I were in her shoe, I would never come out with this thing. I would just leave it. And it is not even her responsibility to have done that. I want to believe that the information minister knows, having heard what the president said, it was clear enough. So coming to defend or to give a contextualization would not work. So he remained mute. He remained silent. He didn't talk on it. Not that he can talk, but he soon realized that it would be difficult because it's clear. You know when you know contextualization? Let's listen to her first, then I'll tell you what contextualization is to tell you that she's wrong. She needed to just remain quiet. Already she blundered. She blundered first with this Christian or Christmas stuff. She tried to impute Islamic stuff into it, Islamic and Christian divide. That one is all around. She came again and said somebody hacked her account. It was a photo shoot. How can you have a press secretary like this? But we can understand. Listen again.
He insisted that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption whatsoever. When he was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties and that any form of corruption is depriving the people of development. And he insisted that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption. He was telling the people who had come to the celebration from the 4 counties that they need to develop the counties and that any resources that is for development must be for development. He insisted that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption whatsoever. When he was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the county. He was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties and that any form of corruption is depriving the people of development. And he insisted that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption. He was telling the people who had come to the celebration from the 4 counties that they need to develop the counties and that any resources that is for development must be for development.
Did you listen carefully? You watch her voice, how she was faltering. She tried to make sense out of something that doesn't have any sense. The man made a statement clear. The man said, steal. But when you steal, you must bless the people. You must give the money to them, or you must develop. Put it another way, when you steal from the country, you can build a structure. At least the people will say, yeah, the man stole, but at least he built something for us. At least he did it one for us. That's what it means. Walker gave a tacit approval to corruption, to stealing, because he can't handle what is happening. Even before he made a statement, what do you see happening all over the place? Corruption overwhelmed the government. To sit down as press secretary and concentrate on something else, she felt that she could come out to defend him. How many of you know that Bwaga is undefendable? This is the first example, if not the second or third, he placed this woman in. But she put herself in that whole mess. Were you coming out to say anything? The thing is clear. What is contextualization? Contextualization is just taking an idea from its original and using it in the present. That's all. That's what contextualization is. Nothing extra. Taking an idea from its original usage or the history and putting it in the present. So the pastors, the people who preach the gospel, they look at the idea, what happened in the Old Testament, and then they take that idea from the Old Testament, they bring it into this time and tell the people that this what happened then. So you can do what happened then, because at that time they did this and God wiped out everybody. So they put it in the present to give the people an understanding of how it was then, so that they don't do it today. That's what they call contextualization. The usage of certain word or situation. So how is that a context? How he spoke in context? There is nothing that contextualization, no semblance of contextualization. The president was just straight, clear, very transparent that you're still. And when you're still, I will not do much to you. Except I know, but once I know and you do something with it, no problem. I just sorry for Kula. In this country, everybody just want to be the first to talk. You think you think she's so smart than Pia? Pia being in this business before her. Pia have handled difficult situations. Pia, who is the official spokesperson of the government, the official deputy, because the first official spokesperson is the president. The deputy spokesperson is Pia. Pia speaks on behalf of the government. She manages the president's office and she liaises with the information minister on certain things. So I think she needed to just wait, consult Pia, instead of rushing to the microphone to talk. In Liberia, everybody wants to be seen as doing well in the presidency or to get people's attention. The press secretary said this, according to the press secretary, President Joseph Boakai, press secretary, Kula Fofana, just that she'll be in the news. This time around, she's in the news for the wrong reason. So today, nobody wants to admit that the president spoke in context. According to Kula Fofana, that the president spoke in context, rather. 6 years back, when we had said, I came to make fuss today, they ran with it. We have people say he spoke in context. They try to give the contextualization. Yeah, the same thing she's saying. The president spoke in context. Boakai did not speak in no context. Sorry to say, no disrespect to you, press secretary, but Boakai did not speak in no. Boakai did not contextualize anything. No, it is not you. It is not you who listening to say the person spoke in context. It is the person who is speaking. That's how it is. It is the person who is interpreting, who is relating the idea. It is not another person to say this person spoke in context. It is not, because you do not know what the person has in mind or what the person is putting out or what necessitated that person to say what he said. You're only listening. The person can come back and say, you can say the person spoke in context. The person can come out and say, I said this thing directly. I meant this. And what will you say? I cannot look at another person's speech and say this person spoke in context. No. It is the person who has that content, knows how he or she is explaining it. And nobody can explain it any better than the person himself. We only listen based on our comprehension. We give our opinion to it. But she blundered.
He insisted that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption whatsoever. When he was speaking in context to acknowledge the challenges within the counties and that any form of corruption is depriving the people of development. And he insisted that corruption kills development and that whoever is going to be corrupt, he's going to take action against them. So his statement is in no way in support of any form of corruption. He was telling the people who had come to the celebration from the 4 counties that they need to develop the counties and that any resources that is for development must be for development.
Stay with Kula Fofana. That's another thing that she came up with, another blunder prior to Christmas. She wrote on her page. The first thing she said, let me go to the GMB on first, then we'll come to Weah. This is her original page. Be honest with yourself. It is not good. We know that people are techno-savvy. They can do a number of things, but the person who has his or her page has several options by which his or her page is sealed from anything that will cause damage or infiltration. You have my page. You have yours. It is not when you blunder, then you say that it was a photo shoot, somebody used your photo, somebody hacked into your account, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, what she wrote, this is her page. Everybody follows her. Where people get, you see, when it is negative, when they blunder, then they say they're not a page. But when they put things on it concerning the government, doing positive things, when media people go there and take it from there and put it on the news, they can say that I'm a page. They can say that I'm a page. But when they put something there and the public sees it as being wrong and begin to chastise them, then they say that photo shoot, they hack my account. This account is Kula Fofana account. She and I are friends. I know her page very well. She just recently she changed her profile photo when she graduated from the law school. Yeah, what she wrote. This is not her first time, not her third, not her fourth. She's been blundering along the way. And we talk about that thing when you're government official. Don't put government thing, don't use government content on your page. It will cause problem. Since it's your personal page, put things about yourself. But you in government, you have your personal page. The same thing they brought against CDC people here. They argue that thing so much so that they insisted that you can be government official, then you put in government things on your page. Look, let me tell you, I've been in this country, I've seen all of these things. I may not be opportune to have known everything, but I've seen, I've heard, I've seen, I've read most of all that they brought against. We are people. We've been in this town, we see, we know. The same thing they were arguing. You can be government official, then you on Facebook, you're writing your page should be for your personal thing. They come to power, they're doing the same thing. They stop. Can you imagine? I know I went to the information ministry during Weah's time. I heard that thing. They were about to clear some people because they say they were civil servants and they were writing on Facebook. They were writing things about the government and people were using it against the government. They hung on to that one again. They flew with it all over the place. Yeah, the same thing. This is what she wrote. She said, the government is not responsible for how you plan your life from January to December. Besides, all of us are not Christians. So why complain about Christmas being hard? JMB will fix it next year. She wrote this from the concerns that Liberians have raised that the country had Christmas coming, unlike the previous government, where when Christmas coming, they saw things happening. Civil servants were taking pay, people could buy things, the markets were packed. Unlike the Unity Party government, nothing is happening. Then you hear radio commentaries, analysis of the situation. Then came in the press, notable of those in the press about the hardship of the country, that Christmas semblance was not being felt by the people. In fact, it was on Mary than Mary. Front Page Africa. Front Page Africa did a survey with scores of Liberians, and about 50 to 60% of the people they spoke to, business people who are doing business all over the place around around the city and other parts, that things were hard, business weren't going. They could hardly get 3, 4, 5 persons buying a day. So Daily Observer coined the theme on Merry Christmas. On Merry, the analysis, they saw that article with that headline, Anger Kula Fofana, that what prompted her to have written this, that she presented it like, oh, GMB, you're looking at the GMB as a GMB that go to fix everything. So she said the government is not responsible for how you plan your life from January to December. Besides, all of us are not Christians, because the Christmas that Christians celebration, that one I will not put the religious sentiment into it, that the political side are looking at. Besides, all of us are not Christians, so why complain about Christmas being hard? GMB will fix it next year. Then, when she started receiving latches from everywhere, she came back and said that, what she said, this is her reaction. She came back. She said, it was a mistake. I am deeply sorry for my action. I got emotional, especially seeing how everyone was blaming the president, my boss, for the hardship in the country, instead of Mr. Weah, who left the country in a hard condition. I am sorry. Blunder again. She blundered, trying to help Waka to unpack contextually his mess. She had just blundered with this one I'm talking about. Then she went to clarify, quote unquote, Waka spoke in context. The pending reshuffle, it is not my wish, but if she stays there, if she's not transferred, then Waka really trusts her. And if she's not careful, I do not want her to move from over there. She is a kind woman, very good, very respectful. We have several interactions. She's very good. She's kind-hearted, a good lady. Personally, her personality, she's different. She's good. She knows how to talk to you. She's respectful and all of that. So I can tell you that, oh yeah, let her move from there because of this political stuff. No, everybody can make mistakes. That's why she admitted, she apologized. But in that corridor, that political corridor, people take advantage. There's jealousy, there's envy. They take advantage of some of these things, and prevail on the president to take you from there so that their interest can get there. So I can only say Kula Fofana has to be very careful. It is not everything as press secretary you react to. Follow press secretaries around the world. Very seldom they speak. And when they speak, it is with the approval of their boss. If I were in Kula Fofana position, that thing I would not go public. After everything, I will sit with JNP, who is the president, and say, Mr. President, it seems this statement might be taken out of context. You said it. What do you mean, Mr. President? So that if the public is reacting, we will know how to come in your defense. But I'm sure that the public will give it their own interpretation. So what do you mean by that, Mr. President? Because that is a strong statement. They will say that you sanction corruption. And then the president will explain what he meant. But nothing like that. She just ran to the public and said the president spoke in context after she blundered. Say GMB spoke in context. He was misquoted by the opposition who ran with it. He spoke in context, all that kind of stuff. Let's read a few comments. I hope that you continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. Let's play. Lamine Fofana got his 10,000 Liberian dollars. You too can have yours. Let's play as many times as you can play. You will win your 10,000 also, just like Lamine Fofana won his 10,000. Let's turn to you now as we draw the second winner. Have your say, and then we talk the last 2 pointers, and then we are out. 0772 23 99 33. The WhatsApp line 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 9803 75. I am a man Sabu Raska today. Man, get radio on Kings. They can move from there. Hello.
Andrew, good afternoon.
Yeah. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is David King. Mr. Andrews, I don't know what is consensual law in that conversation I was having with Mr. Weah. But he spoke clearly in a clever tone that everyone, even the first grade student, can understand what Mr. Weah meant when he spoke to the citizen of Lofa and that of Niba and Bon. But Mr. Weah has sanctioned no criminality in government. He clearly stated and said, if you want to steal, you can steal. But he even begged him. He said, I'm begging you. For those of you who want to remain corrupt, if you corrupt the money, please come and help our people. Bring it back and help our people to get me build a home. All right? So he was clear about it. Nothing there.
All right.
But somebody say, oh, you spoke in content. No, you can't do that to us. Ms. Fofana, you can't do that. It is wrong. What Waka heard or you heard, then like Rebel years
okay, Chief. All right.
But the president sanction criminalizing government, the government official will continue to speak. Then
all
we
right.
don't even celebrating that.
Thank you, Mr. King. Hello. Hello? Yeah.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. You are on the air.
Yeah, this is Charles Cooper. I call from Coffee Duboro, a complement of the season. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening, Chief. Talk.
Yeah, you see, my brother, for some of us, it's not strange listening to the statement made by our president. If you may recall, the president has made a series of statements that are not called for. You may recall during the
it's not so much. It's
Hello?
about the press secretary. The discussion on the press secretary's reaction to the president's statement, not necessarily the president.
You are talking about the recent statement in Lofa.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Let's
hear you.
You know, Boga spoke in clear tone that he did not contextualize anything. It was clear. What if Boga could have said, oh, and according to her now, what she was saying,
Why when I say, oh, you see, we can't here for this celebration, I got to take a plane to come to Lofa. So corruption that are going on is killing our counties, is killing our country. That was disgrace for him because we are going to discourage corruption. Why are you going to take for you to say that? But he meant what he said. Okay? So at times, the immigration ministry are in charge of this public relation arm of the government. You know, you leave it with the immigration ministry. When they come up, you know, on the issue, then later, enemy arises, you will come back to make more clarity. But if at all you were pushed by journalists, you know, oh, Madam Press Secretary, how do you look at the statement I made by the president? They will say, oh, yeah. But you were not quizzed. You were not pushed. You wanted to keep out to think that you could have convinced the Liberian people. Amen. The Liberians are your top yesterday. You know the Liberian today, oh, because we had journalists that are here, that they are opening our eyes every day. We will open our more other institutions. People will call and say, oh, but how you manage to know they want? Say, AB, other people on other media, they are helping us a lot. So, relative for Kula, you disappointed me because you are my classmate at AMU. The public relations business, you have to try your best. Government here today, tomorrow, government will not be here. Try to save your face because you see people to go come against you. Because what you did, you further expose Braka that he is not capacity to lead this country. That's what you did to him. Because you try to explain the way in which leaders are supposed to talk. That's what you did.
All right. Okay, sir.
What person is supposed to say? You are telling you
let's bring on another person.
That, you see the other way around.
Okay.
Who is it, Dr. Andrew?
Yeah, let's hear you.
My name is Arvin Dana, and I come from the UN draft. Well, Dr. Andrew, let me appreciate it for the talk. Let's appreciate it, Almighty God, for pumping breath into all our voice to be heard. And also compliment to the TV. Dr. Andrew, you see these people who are running the president, these are people who are there for their own self-advancement. They are not there for innocent people. Because when you will leave the information minister to clear the air of the president, then you as a press secretary, just for the president's office, who you give on the air try to make some clarity. In fact, I remember when Napoleon Maguette made some statement by saying, people say we're stealing money, but I think we can steal the money will come back to our people. People took that into the serious issue within this country until today, Napoleon Maguette was pension. The president came with some statement like that, my guy, it was too sad to me, man. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 9803 75. Hello.
Andrew.
Yes.
This is Andrew.
Yes. This is Sam Andrews.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm okay. This is Ismail PT Gaming, the president of Nimakari.
Let's hear you.
You know, the president statement, she had to back it because she had to defend her salary and her job. And so therefore they will not debunk what the president had just said. She was very good. Hello?
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, she was a good president to the president. She want Ross to tell her that. But the poor feel that this country are Nikopu. And somehow we go to school, we didn't see our school fees. We're not Nikopu, we analyze government activities of pure statement. So that statement the president made, Pula Fofana should not defend it because she press secretary in Marshall. Tomorrow, all the two will on there. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. Let's get to the comments. Those of you who are on the television, but before then, hello. Let's hear you. Your name and where you call from. You are on, Chief. You are on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon. Your name and where you call from.
Yes. This is Emmanuel H. Seaton, the proud son of the late Major Seaton, who concerned about the survivability of Mama Lapiu, according from Togo Village, District 13 to be precise.
Let's hear you.
Okay, Brother Sam Andrews, thank you for the fascinating topic on the discussion. Now I know that speaking in context is the fact of its thought that I can reference on the late senator from Nima County, speaking in his context that the woman is old and if we should give him the opportunity and that other people will do his job. And the present vice president as well, or Jeremiah Kuhn, once stated that the baby is old, like my father, and he being pampered, and JMB too as well will be pampered. So in this context that Kuda want to cover, I think this is the art of being pampered that the baby will keep making mistakes and people will have to come to, cover it up. And covering it up in this kind of, elementary way is kind of frustrating. We pray that Kuda then come to the area stand and try to speak truth to the baby. But I don't know instead of allowing it to come to the public because they are young people and that based on their working, that how society will want to link with them even after this regime shall have expired. So this is my word. Thank you for affording me the time.
Thank you too. Have a great day. Merry Christmas. Enjoy yourself. So let's get to the line and see those of you who left your message. Tina Copper said, I don't know if he still spoils the country money by giving the children of Liberia gifts, because when a president you have all kinds of icons in between. You don't write like that. When you're writing for public consumption, just go very straight, be simple. Kuda Williams said, it is hard to be a spokesperson for a president. You got to learn how to lie to your constituents. Sorry for this poor lady. Hell is preparing a place for them all. Kuda Williams didn't stop there. She said, you and AB need to come on and teach these UP politicians how to get their voice across. Thank you. Tobasi said the statement is very dishonest and irresponsible. Emmanuel Bro said Press Secretary Kula Fofana is only or simply trying to do damage control by this window dressing, so-called clarification. What a shamefully sad and bad presidential blunder or mess. Gwemon Goba said, wrong message from Buakai. No context in this. Moses Masekwe said, what? No, that one enough for us, Chief. Okay. All right. Yeah. No, that one enough correct. You get say that of the lady. Okay. Thank you. So I hope that you are playing. We are about to draw the next winner. Let's play as many times. We're giving you 10,000 or 10,000. Please take your 10,000 Liberian dollars. You take it by dialing *799 *100#, and you play with only 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. That's all. Let's play. Play as many times as you can, and as you do, you will win. Don't get discouraged that you play the first, the second, the third, you have not won any yet. No, you will win. The fact that you're hearing your colleagues confirming that they received 10,000 in their account means that you are the next person to receive 10,000. But it will not happen when you're not playing. Play. Don't worry about the 2-3 times and your name is not called or you are not called to confirm money in your account. No, it only means your time hasn't come, but as long as you are eligible. You are eligible for 10,000. So don't get discouraged, yeah? Don't get discouraged. Let's play as many times as we can. Let's play as many times as we can play. You're Wayne. Hello.
Sir.
Yes.
Moses massacre, but you didn't do me fair just now, you know. People who listening to you, I said you didn't do me fair just now. I sent, I had a post that you said Moses massacre. You did not read out my post, and you said no. You cannot do that because I didn't say something good about the lady. I didn't say anything ugly. I only mentioned that last night. The guy
okay. All right, Moses. Let me give you a due process now. So say it.
Yeah, because I listen to. I try to balance my intake from you guys on the various talk show. I was listening to Spoon last night. William Spoon said he had called because this was a topic being discussed. And he wanted to verify whether this page was of Kula Fofana. So he made a call to Kula, and Kula said she would not be the one because the thing that was written was a trash. She would not write such a trash. Okay? He said that on his platform last night. So that what I just said to you. So when the Kula come back to, because you said Kula came back to say it was a blunder. I mean, it was other emotions and blah blah blah. So when did she come back to realize that she was being very emotionally charged when she was being lying in the initial that the page or the stuff wasn't of hers? Hello?
I'm listening to you, Moses.
Okay, thank you. So you see, the one I wrote there. So when the Kula realized that, because Kula, of her own violation, told Witherspoon, Kula Fofana, would never have written such a trash.
But she did not deny that it wasn't her page.
No, she denied it. She denied express what Witherspoon said on his platform last night. She denied completely.
That is Kula Fofana page. She was just embarrassed. That's her page. She doesn't have 2, 3, 4, 5 pages.
Because what Witherspoon was saying, he wanted that page to be verified.
No, don't mind them, man. Don't mind. You know what Witherspoon, a die-hard Unity Party and die-hard Joseph Boakai. He's just frustrated with how things are happening. Who told you he know what? Why Kula Fofana would say that she can't write such crap? She has written several craps in the past. This is not the unusual.
I know. But even if you look at what you said, any resources, I told you I said all resources.
Okay.
I thought, yeah. Anyway, we leave the English to that. We don't know English there, maybe. But the fact that she denied that it wasn't her page, she denied that the trash.
But you know, Moses, hold on. You know how you get the public convinced that that is not your page? When you put the 2 pages on, you put the fake page and you put your original page on. Did she put her original page on?
Yeah, I was trying to make a call last night to school to ask him, let Kula bring the both pages on. Let Kula come and exonerate herself. If she claims this is not of hers, then bring your original page and bring alongside the fake page, and we do the comparison. We are the listening audience.
Yeah, don't matter, man.
So we are the judge.
She blundered.
We are the judge.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, Andrew.
Yeah.
This is what I came for the second time. But let me tell you this. Those that can listen to Spoon Radio,
My man, just say what you say. It's not about spoon radio. Moses just indicated that because they try what they call it.
The problem here is this. Joe Biden told us, they are squandered. Before they squander, he said, we're not part of it. But now, then what? You want to squander enough. So tomorrow we tell us, the squanders are in the street.
Okay, Chief. Thank you.
So what?
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
This is Andrew.
Yeah, this is Sam Andrews, and this is Weah Talk, Kings
Mr.
88.5.
This topic okay on the ground about this press secretary you call have a new school of farmer. School of farmer, even though she do well, but the way I look at some of the AMEU students there.
My man, forget about that. Just go straight to the issue.
Okay, the issue about defending the real. She gets ready to defend even other person, but let it be on his yes, sir. But don't do things that you say, sir. So the one looking for her. So
okay, thank you.
She will tell the DJ.
Thank you.
And the government too need to take action on the senior government for Q2. They're going to give us certain parliament for that one.
Thank you. That is School for Finance page. You can be emotional. I have sensed that of politicians in this country. When something pops up, they think by screaming and shouting and using some expression, I can't read that crap here, then the people will be afraid and say, oh yes, that's true. That's not. No. Just admit. That's leadership. Everything borders on your credibility, your reputation. Why they query us every day as media people who sit behind the microphone? Why they coming out with their criticism and their condemnations? And some of the things they say to us, we don't deny it. We don't go polarizing, sugarcoating. We admit to some of the things. And you know why? We're just showing leadership. We just try to be real and honest. They will query us. They say all kinds of things about us on the radio. But we don't come faking things. If we blunder, we admit, and we come and apologize. It's the same. When you blunder, just admit. The people will still respect you. They will still hold you in high esteem. They will only know that you are responsible, you are credible, you go with integrity by your admittance. That you're not infallible. No one is infallible. Every one of us make mistake. Only God doesn't. Charlene Pratt said, there is no sugarcoating in this statement. When chicken weigh away, we need to go in our corners and pray for Mama Liberia. Aliyu Masale said, when you have an incompetent president, that's how he's going to speak. GMB spoke loosely and recklessly due to his better state of mind. We play. You take your 10,000, man. You play the three wise men jackpot. You take your 10,000. We're giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars today for just 200 Liberian dollars. Dial star 799 star 100 hatch. Just put in 200 Liberian dollars. That's all, or $1.50 US, and you will win your 10,000 Liberian dollars. Today is the 25th Christmas Day celebration all over the place. People spoiling money, that cash violence. If you don't have money, you can do no cash violence. People balling, not easy right now. You need money. This is how we give you your balling ma. Just take that $200, play, and you will win your 10,000, and then you can stand as men in whatever the gathering you find yourself. You're listening to Weah Talk on Kings 88.5 with me, Sam Andrews, on this 25th day of December 2024. This break, and when we come back, we talk the Liberia the airport, Rabos International Airport, and the Federation of Liberian Youth. Coup has taken place. We talk that after this break.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Let's move to the airport. Rabos International Airport is our next stop on the show. Then we talk the Federation of Liberian Youth Fly, and then we are out to get ready for tomorrow. The Airport Authority. There are certain things that you just don't need to make public. The people themselves will do. We need to change our system, if it is a system. We need to leave certain things. Yes, we just need to leave certain things. Operate from within. And everybody will know. And individually, they can say, I see these things as scoring political capital, unnecessary political capital, no system, no organization, just to gain recognition. It is an obligation. An obligation has got nothing to do with being in the public all of the time. You employ people to work. They do the work. The time reach for payment, you pay them. If they went and told people that they took pay, fine. But you don't have to go publicizing it. We have to stop that. If this has been happening for a while in our country, we have to stop it now. Let the people themselves. It is not every government entity will come up, we pay the people, we pay for 3 months. And the government will be paying their one next month. The government now owing for this month. That's being childish, man. Oh, come on. What is that? What are you gaining from that? Every entity announcing that they pay the employee. They owe them for this month, but they're paying for this month. Listen, it is childish. It is irresponsible. That is not a system at all. We have to stop it. If it happened all along in the past, stop it now. You have to break away from certain things, quote unquote, tradition or custom as it was. Oh, yes. Every time you government entity pay people, they will bring it in the open. Sometimes you're embarrassed people. No reason why rogues go to people's houses, or when they get their money, they're telling them, because you announce it. You go, you make it public, you send it in the media. And the media will not refuse it. The media will say it because that is their responsibility. It's just like taking a case to the judge. The judge will not refuse it because that is his responsibility. The judge doesn't go about looking for cases. You bring it to the judge will handle it. You bring it to the journalist, they put it on the air. That's their responsibility. They wouldn't say, no, we're not putting it on the air. You brought it for them to get it on the air. I just don't fancy this thing. It is wrong. Hear what the airport people said. Yesterday was the 24th. Today is the 24th. They say, notice, salary December payment. The management of Rabos International Airport, through the Human Resource Department, wishes to inform all employees that the 2 months, October 2024 and November 2024, outstanding salary arrears have been paid to employees. They're telling also in the public, they're speaking to the people that us, they're telling who in the public that they pay the people. To employees' respective accounts with various banks, and also the December 2024 salary has been paid in advance. Henceforth, the outstanding salary arrears have been laid to rest. Therefore, management no longer owes any outstanding salary arrears to LAA, Liberia Airport Authority / Rabos International Authority employees. In the same vein, the management wishes employees Merry Christmas, Pap. So what is that now? What do you gain from this? What do you gain? Nothing. By just saying that you pay them. You have to stop, man. You're paying them. You don't got to put it in the public. You don't have to get it in the press or in the media. Let them receive and let them say, yes, we've taken pay. Government has paid us. I think Liberia is the only country that does this. Every time that an entity gives to employee or employees, they will get it on the air. What is that? What are you trying to prove? Respect the people. Give them the security. You pay the people. You're telling the public that their money in the bank. People go to receive their money now. People telling them, broke telling them. They're harming some of them. When the time comes, there are processes by which they receive their money. You don't have to get it in the public. We have to stop that thing. It's not good at all. And then there is this one. Then we go. I heard of a hijacking of the leadership of the Federation of Liberian Youth. A crisis is there. That they have removed their leader by resolution. This was day before yesterday, December 24th. Hear what they said. We, the members of the National Executive Council, representing the Federation of Liberian Youth FLY, in keeping with Section 8.2, Section 8.2.1, Section 2.1, Section 8.3, and Article 11, have, with immediate effect, expelled the president of FLY due to administrative and constitutional violations of the Federation of Liberian Youth FLY. And they cited 8 counts. 1, gross disrespect for National Executive Council members. 2, refusals to set up the board. 3, refusal to recruit the head of secretariat. 4, refusal to conduct audit. Your audit business and that's small thing in the country now. 5, refusal to produce financial report. 6, refusal to call for a National Executive Council meeting. 7, taking unilateral decisions without the consultation of the National Executive Committee members. and it travels without notice of information to the National Executive Committee. They concluded a resolution. We believe the former president, Madam Benika S. Elliott, action continued to bring the institution into public disrepute and misrepresent the youthful community. Considering the above, we urge the Ministry of Youth and Sports, our development partners, and the public not to engage in business with the expelled president. We hereby call on Ms. Benita S. Elliott to turn over all assets belonging to the Federation of Liberian Youth Fly to the offices of the National Secretariat within 24 hours. The National Executive Council has unanimously agreed, in line with the Constitution, that Jeremiah Wilson, Vice President for National Affairs, will oversee the Federation's affairs until elections are held. And these are the people who signed the resolution. It says, in witness thereof, we have executed our names, signatures, and phone numbers to legitimize this resolution herein set forth. December 23rd. Witnesses: Jeremiah Wilson, Vice President, National Affairs; Abdullah Obility, Vice President, International Affairs; Emmanuel Tamba, Region 1 Coordinator; and Benita Colley, Region 2 Coordinator, Federation of Liberian Youth. That's what is unfolding there at the Federation of Liberian Youth. Let's see how it plays out. Let's see how it plays out. Okay. So it's Christmas Day, Jesus' birthday. Though it is not in the word 25th, is not in the Bible, but it implies it's Christmas Day, a Christian universal celebration commemorating the birth of Jesus Christ. It is a time of sharing, because the principle of the birth was worship and sharing. When the Magi or wise men went in, what they did after they left from Herod by his instruction, when they found the child Jesus in the manger, the Bible says they fell at his feet and worship him. So Christmas is about demonstrating love, sharing. The same happened with Christ, and we are told to do as long as the world exists. But the celebration takes many forms. Some people use it for extravagant social. Some people go quiet. Some people use it for reflection. Some people use it to make amends with friends that they broke up with or that they hurt. Some people use it to rekindle, to use former President Weah's word, to rekindle that spirit of serving God more strong. But of all that I reference, the social power, it can dominate. I imagine how stomach pain will waste from the different kinds of food, greedy eating, food waste all over the place. All over the place. So people go early this morning. So everywhere, some people say they ain't even cooking today because food will be all over. So though you tomorrow morning, you are here. You hear plenty things about them and stomach hurting. That food they ate, they overate. You hear the people, they tired to wake up to get on the hustle again. Some people say, I'm going to well. The well will be nagging. Say, but honey, you going where? Yeah, I'm tired. I tell you, I'll go to well on Friday. I'll be rest. Christmas. Then the drinks. Right now, I know I'm sitting in a studio, but I just imagining the kind of sessions all over the place right now. The different kinds of sessions and different kinds of drinks and different kinds of dress codes, and they just mix. But as you do, you have to do it with moderation. Drinking, anything you try to overdo, it will affect you. All of those things are not things to prove point to anybody. You just need to be careful. It's all I can say. Be careful. I can tell you that you should not, because it is not my right to say don't. It is your right to decide. Everyone controls his or her life. But we can only urge moderation so that it doesn't affect you, or so that you be ready the next day to do your work. And also, the parents, you have to be very mindful. Watch your children. Don't allow the child or children to go beyond your reach. Be careful. Keep them within your reach. They can celebrate, honor your watch. But don't exercise that loose right for them to just go following friends from here and there. You can't tell where they might find themselves, and then something happen, or they even reach everybody going home. You can't see your child. Remember now, bad people are always in the midst of good people. So you want to be careful so that your child don't go missing, so that you don't see your child lying down somewhere unconscious, or that's something else. So you want to be careful is all I can say to that as we celebrate Christ's birthday. And after that, it's another day. Another day. Okay. Okay, so let's do the last. I got a few minutes to go. Continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. We're giving out 10,000 Liberian dollars. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50, and play dial star 799 star 100 hatch. That's all you need to do, and you are going to get your 10,000 Liberian dollars. 10,000 Liberian dollars. Okay, so that's it. That's all the time I've got. My time is off on the show Real Talk on Kings 88.5. We're back tomorrow, if God permits. Enjoy yourself, but be careful now. Don't overdo. Don't overdo. ABA is on at 8 tonight. We'll face the issues. Another fascinating discussion coming on, coupled with some startling revelations. So you don't want to miss the show at 8 this evening. Thank you ever so much. That's all the time. My name is Sam Andrews. We're back tomorrow, if God permits. Shalom. This is how we go home.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
When somebody tells you all FM stations are the same, they haven't been listening. 88.5 FM is totally different. That's why true music lovers make a big switch. Yeah, a big switch. And because you have a winner taste, 88.5 FM is your only station.